All right, today we're going to dive into something pretty radical. It's a new architecture for AI, and it could completely change the massive, and I mean massive, impact that AI is having on our planet's carbon footprint.
I mean, let's face it, artificial intelligence is everywhere. It's unlocking capabilities that honestly felt like science fiction just a few years ago. It's speeding up scientific discovery, it's simplifying our daily lives. The progress is just incredible.
But, and this is a big but, all of this amazing progress comes with a hidden cost. It's a rapidly growing environmental price tag that, up until now, has just felt like a necessary evil we had to accept.
So let's start there. Let's really look at the problem head-on, the enormous and frankly unsustainable energy footprint of modern AI.
Okay, get a load of this number. 945 terawatt hours. That's the projection for how much electricity global data centers will be chewing through every single year by 2030. And get this, AI could be responsible for almost half of that. We're talking more power than many entire countries use.
And if you want to put a dollar sign on it, here you go. An estimated $4.6 million just to train a single large model like GPT-3. And look, this isn't just about the money. It's a stand-in for the insane amount of computational power and raw energy being burned for just one training session. You see, the whole bigger is better philosophy that's driving AI right now, it's not just expensive, it's creating some really fundamental problems. These giant models have what you could call digital amnesia. They forget things that fall outside their immediate focus. They hallucinate, just making stuff up, which makes them unreliable. And as we've just seen, their carbon footprint is just out of control. It's not a sustainable path.
So what's the alternative? Well, there's a system called K3D that suggests a completely different way of doing things. It's a radical shift in how AI stores and processes knowledge. It's about moving away from brute force and towards something, well, something a lot more elegant. So, instead of trying to cram every piece of information in the world into a model's internal wiring, which creates this vast but very sparsely populated internal space, K3D does the opposite. It pulls the knowledge out. It creates a compact, densely packed 3D world for the AI to navigate and learn from, kind of like we do in the real world.
And this right here, this is the bedrock of the whole system. The core idea is that in the K3D universe, the closer two ideas are in space, the more related they are in meaning. So for an AI, thinking stops being just some abstract calculation. It literally becomes a physical journey through a landscape of pure knowledge.
Now, what's so cool about this is that this super futuristic-sounding idea is actually built on two really powerful and proven concepts from way back in the history of computing. They've just been brilliantly reimagined for today. Okay, so the first concept is something called procedural representation. Think of it like this. Instead of storing a finished painting as a huge file of pixels, what if you just stored the recipe to paint it? You know, the instructions. That recipe file is tiny, but it can create the exact same beautiful result whenever you need it.
And believe it or not, this elegant idea isn't new at all. It's from 1991. It's the very same principle behind the TrueType fonts on your computer. It's why you can scale a letter to the size of a building and it stays perfectly crisp and clear. Every letter is a tiny program, a recipe. K3D is just applying that same incredibly efficient idea to all knowledge.
The second big idea is a throwback to this fascinating piece of computer history, a 1958 Soviet computer called the Saturn. Now, instead of binary logic, just on or off, ones and zeros, it used something called balanced ternary logic. It's a three-state system: repel, neutral, or attract. Turns out this is way more efficient mathematically, and it can naturally represent concepts like, I don't know, or this is irrelevant, which is something binary really struggles with.
So, what happens when you take these super efficient, super elegant ideas from computing's past and smash them together into a brand new AI architecture? Well, the environmental payoff is, it's almost hard to believe.
This is the number. This is the whole ballgame. 12.8 gigatons of CO₂ equivalent. Let that sink in for a second. That's the projected cumulative carbon savings over a 10-year period if the world adopts this procedural, efficient way of doing AI and computing.
And to put that number into perspective, that 12.8 gigatons, that's a full 10% of the total emissions reduction the entire world needs to hit by 2030 to meet the Paris Agreement targets. This isn't just a minor improvement, it's a massive foundational shift.
And if that number still feels a little abstract, think about it like this. 12.8 gigatons is like taking every single gasoline car in the United States and Europe and just taking them off the road for a year. It is a climate solution on a planetary scale, and it all comes from just changing our software architecture.
But this story isn't just about energy efficiency. It's also about something deeper. It's about democracy, access, and who gets to control the future of intelligence itself.
This chart really lays out the two paths we have in front of us. We can keep going down the current road, with knowledge locked up in private models, totally dependent on giant cloud data centers with an insane energy footprint, or we can choose a different path, one that's open, sovereign, and so efficient it can run on our own local hardware. It's about giving power back to people. And this is the commitment right from the creators of K3D. They're not patenting any of this, they're publishing everything. They're positioning this architecture as a public good, like an open standard that anyone can use and build on. And that's absolutely crucial for preventing the future of AI from being controlled by just a handful of huge companies.
So really it leaves us with a critical choice, doesn't it? It's about what kind of digital world we actually want to build. The technology to create a more efficient, a more transparent, and a more sustainable future for AI is here. The only real question left is, are we going to choose to build it?